The original pass was named after one of the area's pioneer farmers, Mr. Martinus van Staden, who was the first person to plot a rudimentary track through the Van Stadens River Gorge. By 1867, the Cape government decided to rebuild the pass to acceptable standards for wagon traffic. In the simulated aerial flyover, the Google Earth imagery forces the new bridge to follow the contours of the gorge. The construction at the time was managed by George Apsey from 1865 to 1867. Over time, the pass was modified and tarred in the 1950s. When the N2 was rebuilt and improved in the 1970s, a new bridge was built which would span the gorge and in the process completely remove all aspects of a mountain pass. Similar changes took place at several big bridges along the N2, such as Storms River, Blaukrans and Grootrivier. It takes only 30 seconds to drive over the gorge on the N2 today, which is fine if you're in a hurry, but the charm of the old pass is still available to those with some extra time to spare. The downside of the tall new bridge is that it saw its first suicide victim very soon after being built. One suicide followed another, and soon the new bridge became known as the Bridge of Death. By the end of 2012, some 87 people had lost their lives by jumping off the bridge. A multi-million rand camera monitoring system with a permanently manned counselling centre nearby was established in 2005. To date, more than 20 people have subsequently been saved through this initiative. There's ample parking on the western side of the gorge with some picnic facilities available. Here you can get a good view of the lovely old bridge as well as the towering concrete structure of the new bridge in a single frame. The pass has a total of 20 bends, corners and curves, resulting in very few straight sections and consequently few opportunities to overtake. The road is also of minimum width for two-way traffic and there are no safety shoulders, so pedestrians and especially cyclists need to be extra careful. The pass, which is designated as the R102, is located 40 kilometers west of Port Elizabeth and 50 kilometers east of Humansdorp, within a few kilometers of the coast and right next to the N2. Unlike the old Storms River Pass, which has been closed to traffic, this one also exudes all the original telltale design traits of Thomas Paine. A year later, in 1868, a massive flood washed away major sections of the pass and the bridge, resulting in a complete rebuild. Constant improvements and widening took place over the next 120 years. It was tarred between 1950 and 1953. The pass has served the Eastern Cape community well up till 1971 as the main national road between Port Elizabeth and Humansdorp. It's still in minor use today, although with much lower traffic volumes, as the new N2 carries the heavy traffic just a few meters to the north. The ascent up the eastern side of the gorge is almost the same height as the descent. The average gradient works out at 1 in 15, with nothing steeper than 1 in 10. By 1971, the new bridge was commissioned to span the 140-meter deep gorge. This was the first bridge of its kind to be built in South Africa, and up till the Blaukrans Bridge was built some 60 kilometers further west, this was at the time the longest single-span concrete bridge in Africa and the 6th longest in the world. On a lighter note, you can visit the lovely Van Stadens Pass Nature Reserve, which can be found on the northern side of the R102 on the Port Elizabeth side of the pass. Admission is free. If you want to rejoin the N2, you can do so a few kilometers further east.